I'm really sorry. Was it one of your off-colour jokes?
Be quiet. Good afternoon, guys. Welcome, welcome. I tell you what. Yes, after my ban, yes, what I said something about, yes, the government and everything. Sorry about that. I've been on and off and everything. Just been telling Beth I got banned for three months, but luckily it wasn't on StreamYard. But then it was on. I was in Facebook jail. The last time I was in jail was around about when I was 16, and that was for the night when I yes got drunk enough and I'm out. But let's not go there. Anyway, there. So, you you have just moved, and what's it like? What's it like? Kind of like picking up and kind of like moving from one place to the other place because I bet it's stressful, isn't it?
Well, I mean, this is the thing, is that I actually moved in March, but I've still got a. Hold on, I wonder if I can show you. I've still got like it's just chaos here. Hang on, can you see that? Right, that's what I'm looking at every day because
Yeah.
the cellar they've had to convert quickly into a bedroom because one of
Gosh.
my kids decided she wanted to move back in with me at short notice. So all the contents of the cellar is basically all over the house. It's only a 2-bedroom terrace, so it's now a 3-bedroom terrace, but we haven't quite finished yet. So really, the whole time I've been here, it's just been one project after another. And every time some bloke turns up with some tools, like loads of mess and dust and stuff is generated. So I think if I'm honest, I still haven't really made friends with the house. I still haven't really settled in, but I think it's often like that, isn't it? Particularly when you buy an old house, it's just it's hands on. But yeah, it's all
Yeah.
good. It's
So,
what I wanted, and I'm very
yeah.
lucky. I'm so lucky to have got a mortgage before all this craziness happened with the mortgage rates and stuff.
Yeah. What's it like with kind of like picking, picking yourself back up after kind of like being in a relationship for a long time now, kind of like, um, then all of a sudden you got to move to the other place, your children flee, and you kind of like find yourself on your own. You know, your daughters come back, and you know, it's it's a busy time for you. Plus, you've got your business and everything, isn't it?
Yeah, well, you know me, I'm always I've always got some sort of project on. So um, it's been it's been at times definitely scary learning to stand on my own 2 feet after being, married for like 25 years. Um, and stuff has been surprising. Like, I am so grateful to my ex-husband for the value that he's added to our lives by doing DIY, because okay, it was a little bit botched, but god, it's so expensive when you have to get someone else to do things. So I have thanked him recently for for all the DIY projects he's done over the years that have saved us so much. So really appreciate that. But I
Gosh.
found a great handyman now, so that's it. I'm all in. He's just been over actually sizing up the next job, so that's been a really good thing. And just making decisions on my own, because when you've been in a partnership for decades, you are used to running stuff by someone else and usually making the important decisions with somebody else. So starting to have to do that on my own has been, that's been challenging, but good. And it's definitely what I want. I'm really happy that I've made it here. I think probably I should have ended my marriage maybe up to 10 years before I actually did. And I think if I hadn't done all the work on myself, if I hadn't discovered NLP and, recovered from anxiety and depression, I might still be in that marriage now, because I just wouldn't have felt safe enough and confident enough and believed in myself enough to feel that I could go out on my own and make my own life on my terms. So yeah, it's definitely, it's all good. Um, the other thing I've just done, I don't know if you've seen on Facebook, but I've become a limited company now, which is all very grown up stuff. So I'm now called Moving Forward Consultancy Limited. and I do life coaching and business consultancy
Wow.
as well. Yeah, so that's fun. That's exciting. So yeah, that's me. I'm in constant motion. On to the next thing. On to the next thing. Because I'm
Yeah,
catching up.
and
Do you know what I mean? Like, go on.
and that's the trouble, isn't it, with you? Because you are kind of like, nothing gets you down. Sometimes you feel that you want to. I always looking on your Facebook, finding out want to find out different things about you because to me you're just inspiring, person to look at. No, honestly, truthfully. And the trouble is, I remember when we first met on here, and it was like, oh well, and we were talking about what we're talking about now, about business, about work, and everything, about family, and it's nice to catch up sometimes. Sometimes go through the bad times and come out the good times, and they're feeling really good, and that's what kind of work you do, isn't it? Really, basically, to encourage women.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Thank you. Yeah, and I definitely do get down about it, and I get scared about it, and I wake up at 3 a.m. in a sweat, worrying about, where the next client's going to come from, or if I've made the right decision about such and such. Um, and yeah, so it is ups and downs. I don't want to ever be sort of inauthentic. It's not all sunshine and unicorns by any means, and it is bloody hard work. But I would rather be doing this than anything else. And the thing is that for the first time in my life, really, I'm choosing things that I actually want to do, not because I'm expected to do them, not because I have to work around other people's needs and all that sort of thing. But I'm choosing stuff for me, which is brilliant. And yeah, the work I do with women, it tends to be women in midlife who've jumped through all the hoops, they've ticked all the boxes, they've done all the right things, been the dutiful wife and mother, etc. And they've kind of got to my age, maybe sort of early 40s or up to my age, sort of early 50s. And they're kind of like, well, what's it all been for? I can't even remember who I am anymore, or what I used to want to do, what I was into, what I was passionate about. I feel shortchanged and frustrated. I've lost my confidence. I don't know where to go next. I'm not happy in my relationship. I'm not happy in my work, but I don't feel like I've got any tools to actually move forward. And, as I think you hinted, and certainly I know you've had this and I've had this, is when stuff happens to us in life, when we are carrying trauma and fear and damage, um, you know, that really, it's like a debt that has compound interest. That seems to get bigger and heavier for a lot of us over time, and we forget to even believe that things could be different. So my coaching really helps to clear out all of that deep stuff that you just kind of thought was part of you didn't ever think you'd be able to get rid of. And it's wonderful to see these women starting to strut, and really bloom and feel excited about their lives again. So yeah, I love what I do. I'm very lucky.
Do you like your life now? Do you like life now?
Do I like my life? Yeah, yeah, I do. I love it.
Yeah.
There's so much to be happy about, and I have such a laugh doing what I do. And it is hard work, but then I'm proud of myself. I won an award a couple of weeks ago for best online business, which is great because when COVID struck,
Well
and I'm
done.
sure this happened to lots of us, I lost all my clients in a stroke because it was all face-to-face work. And I'd never worked on Zoom before. Like, I was terrified. Like, what do I do if I've got someone in trance or something, or we're doing some emotional work and they're really upset, and suddenly the internet breaks and they're just frozen or something. How am I going to help them? But I figured all of those things out. And actually now, even though we seem to be past COVID, maybe that's a bit optimistic, but most of my clients still want to be on Zoom. I think that's sort of post-COVID for everyone. Everyone's thought, oh yeah, why go out into the rain when I can just sit at home and have this service? So yeah, so I've obviously been doing that quite well. It's really nice to have won an award for that in the last couple of weeks. So I'm chuffed about that. I do like my life. Do you like your life? How's it going for you?
That's well. well, it's the interview's about you, not me.
Okay, fine.
No, no, no. You know what I'm like. I'm a joker. I like to mess about and things like that. So yeah, I like life. I'm okay. I'm in a good place. Now and
That's
again,
good.
I get really depressed, and
Yeah.
but we all do. We all do, and I use that. The time when I'm always depressed is when I put jokes on Facebook. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever
Yeah.
seen any of my jokes on Facebook.
Of course I have.
Well,
Yes. Yeah.
every time I do that, that is just something. Yeah, I always
Yeah.
put to Facebook. That's when I'm feeling low or down because then I can laugh at it. They're not all my jokes. I just paste them and put them on and
Yeah.
everything. So
Yeah. I
and
mean,
I've just been doing poetry, just write poetry now.
what do you mean by portraits?
No, not portraits, but poetry.
Oh, poetry. Sorry. Sorry. I
Poetry.
missed. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Yes. Have
yeah,
you have you
yeah.
published any of that on FB though? Because I haven't seen any.
Um, not yet, but I will do.
Oh, good. Yeah, do it. It'll be great. And yeah,
I
I
will
mean, I
do.
kind of worked that
Yeah, it's
out
really
about
good.
you
Yeah.
and your jokes and things. And that's just typical of you, is that when you're feeling low, your response is to spread a little smile to others, which is why you're so brilliant at what you do. And I think you and I, one of the many things we have in common is that, I was saying just earlier, I've always got something going on and everything. And it's because I spent so much of my life feeling hopeless and helpless and down and all that, that I'm kind of just busy grabbing bits of my life back and just really enjoying it now and getting on with it. And you seem to be doing the same thing. You've got lots of fingers and lots of pies. You're spreading the kindness, spreading the support and things. Everything you do for the Stroke Society and things. It's incredible.
Mm, mm. Yeah, and it's not bad. Been doing quite well and everything,
Good.
and be buying a house soon. Gonna buy a house. No, no, I'm only joking. I was thinking about buying a house, but next door to Mark Memphis. See, you know what I mean?
Nice. Nice. Yeah. A nice little cottage next to
Yeah,
him.
yeah, yeah,
That'd be
yeah.
good. Yeah. And then you two
That'd
can
do
just
me fine.
Yeah, you can lean out of your bedroom windows and just wind each other up. You won't even have to leave the house, will you? That'd be great.
No, no, no. I'm only joking. I'm only joking. Actually,
Mm.
I hear there's a house next door to you going.
I wish. I've got some very interesting neighbours, but yeah, unfortunately, yeah, they're not going anywhere. So
All
yeah.
right. Okay. All right. Any regrets? Any regrets in your life? Is there any regrets that you've had that you kind of like want to look back now and said, "Oh, I wish I could do this," or "I wish I could do that." Any regrets?
I think I have a few, and they're all the same one, which is that I wish I'd acted sooner on things, which I know that sounds ironic because I'm always moving on to the next thing, but I wish I'd left my marriage sooner. I wish I'd left my last relationship sooner. I wish I'd healed sooner and discovered my confidence. I wish I'd learned to love myself, love my body sooner. Like I must have looked amazing in my 20s, but I basically just went round in dungarees and a big jumper and Doc Martens because I was really scared of being attacked again, and I didn't really get to enjoy my youth and beauty. So it's those kinds of things. But at the same time, I know that I have pushed myself as hard as I can. I know that I've worked as quickly as I can to take back my life, as it were. So I can't really beat myself up too much about it. I did everything I could as quickly as I could, and I wish I'd had more time. I wish it had happened earlier, but it didn't. and but at least I'm still in the game. I'm alive, and it's all great now, so that's cool.
I thought your last relationship was really kind of, that you was in love and everything, and it was going somewhere, and
Yeah,
you looked happy together. You looked happy together.
yeah. I loved
Sorry.
him very much, and I was hoping it would go. I was under the impression it was going somewhere. We were together about 2.5 years, um, but essentially, it was my own stupid fault. Like, I knew he had anxiety, and I think I didn't realize how bad it was, or how some of the behaviors he runs to manage his anxiety would sort of negatively impact me. And it was the plan for a long time, for like about a year, that as soon as I'd moved house, he would move to Manchester to be with me. And he basically just sort of reneged on that. And it was just because his anxiety is too bad to leave the life that he's got. So he's just stuck there, really. And he's not able to feel able to access support to help him work through his anxiety. So that's that really. There's nothing I could do. And yeah, it's I was very sad,
Yeah.
but
What's happening?
sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. So about your business, let's talk about your business because people's kind of like contacting me on the radio asking different questions. So we'll
Oh,
go
great.
through that in a minute with you. Talk to me about your business. Talk to me how how's it going? Because we have had COVID, we've had problems with kind of like losing people or kind of like losing the work. How have you coped through all the COVID and through you know how have you coped?
I've kind of coped, just really. And I know you're a Christian, and for me it's the universe, and I basically believe that I'm supposed to be doing what I'm doing, and whatever happens, the universe seems to provide that. The money always comes. I haven't got like tons of clients. I wouldn't say that I have a thriving business, particularly because in the last year, while I was trying to do the house move and further the divorce and all that sort of thing, um, I just let the business tick over. I'm really lucky because I get a lot of referrals from existing clients. They go and say to people they know, oh, Beth sorted me out. You've got to go and see Beth, kind of thing. So I've been really lucky, and that's helped me tick over. But I am now trying, since I went limited last month, and I am now really trying to sort of ramp that up. And I've also taken on, as I say, the business consultancy, which is exciting, and I'm really enjoying that. I've got a couple of clients for that now, and it's micro businesses, so that's like 1 to 4 people. So it's a lot of sort of sole traders like me, and the mindset stuff that I do, it really helps them because often they've got the business plan, they've got the marketing plan, but they just don't have the self belief and confidence to get out there and do it. And they go into overwhelm, they self sabotage, they become perfectionist. All of these things are, the unconscious mind's way of going, no, stay safe, don't do this whole scary business building thing. Um, so it's just, it's really helpful for that. I mean, like people who aren't charging what they're worth, for instance, particularly female entrepreneurs, that they're classic for that. So helping them get the mindset that they understand that it's okay to charge what they're worth, to actually create sustainable businesses, rather than just kind of doing it as a hobby business and things like that. So there's a lot of mindset work involved in that, so that people believe in themselves enough to be able to do it. Because you do have to believe in yourself in order to get out of bed every day and go, hey, I'm here, I'm great at what I do, so come and use my services. That's basically the vibe you need to rock on a daily basis. So yeah, so
Do
that's
you
what
have
I'm
time for?
doing.
Do you have time? Sorry. Do you have time for your girls? Do
I
you
always
have
have time
time
for
for
my
your
girls.
daughters?
Yes, they are a bit
Yeah.
older now. So the minute this is over at 5:30, Evie, who's the 19-year-old, will be coming around. So she's the one who wants to move back in with me. So we're facilitating that. But Tuesday night is Evie night, and we go and watch a movie, or we go and eat burritos and bitch about stuff, and just mess about. Um, so we hang out, and Marcy lives with me, but we have stuff like we like to watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine together, and RuPaul's Drag Race. There's a new season of RuPaul's Drag Race, and we love to watch that weekly episode together with tea and bickies, and just have get really involved in that. So yeah, and I still drag them to stately homes and stuff like that. Drag them out for walks and things. So yeah, because the thing is, it's all life, isn't it? You've got to have a bit of everything, otherwise, I'd become dull. I
Mm.
think, I need to spend time with my kids because I enjoy that. I mean, the age they're at now, like, they're fascinating. They've got all this stuff, all these words I don't really understand, and they've got a whole take on
Uh,
things that I'm well out of date on, and all this information. And it's not like when you have young nippers, and you're wiping their bottoms, and taking them to school, and all of that's done, and I just get to enjoy them as fascinating young people, really. So it's not hard anymore. It's great. And yeah, I have time with my friends. I've got a new person I'm going out with, which is really nice. So yeah, I definitely make sure I go for a walk every day. I meditate every day, only for about 10 minutes, but that's what makes the difference for me. Just a little bit here and there. Yeah.
okay. Tony wants to know. He said, "Hi, Steve. Can you ask Beth what does she like about coaching the most?"
What I like about coaching the most is when the light goes on in somebody's eyes, and they're like, "Oh my god, I never thought about that. Oh my god, no, wow, why didn't that occur to me?" Or, "Oh, I see how I can use that now to." So the light goes on, and then you pretty much see them sort of spreading their wings. You see that empowerment happening, and like their physiology changes. They're kind of like, "Oh, right," that kind of thing. And that is my crack. I just love that. That never gets old for me. Right from when I was a teacher back in the 90s, watching the lights go on in kids' eyes was just, yes, brilliant. And then I get to follow their lives because of social media and stuff. I mean, they leave me nice reviews and things, but we tend to stay in touch, and just to see what they get to next and next and next is just absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Thanks for asking that, Tony.
Yeah, it's all right. Trying to read all the two screens here. Um, Fiona wants to know, um, is are you doing anything for Halloween?
Um, yes, because my youngest is massively into Halloween. So there's been quite a lot of Halloween house blinging going on. And yeah, we're new to this neighborhood, so this will be the first time that we've attempted to knock on doors. She is putting the finishing touches to her costume, and I'm afraid I'll just be loitering in the background. Um, and yeah, but hoping to get some of the sweets at the end. So yeah, my kids love Halloween. I see it as an American thing, but they're really into it. So yes, Halloween will be happening here.
Right. Okay. Okay. I Steve, thanks for everything you do. Can you ask Beth if she's had any problems with any of her clients in the past who's caused her a problem? Mm, I don't. Hmm. Let's move on from
Sorry.
that one. I think
Okay.
you're it. No.
I'm sorry. I thought you said you were going to move on from that one. Sorry, because
Yeah, I'll move
there's
on
a
from
bit of a
that.
delay.
Yeah,
So
sorry.
wait, were you
Yeah, sorry.
asking,
I'll
have there
move.
been problems with clients in the past? Is that what you're saying? Because I don't mind answering that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes,
Right.
please. Yeah.
um, There's not really any sort of technical problems because I'm always careful to make it clear that I have absolutely no medical or therapeutic training whatsoever. And that's all discussed sort of onboarding. So anyone who has some sort of condition like an eating disorder or anxiety, whatever, I make sure, first of all, that they're under the care of a GP. So they're sort of in safe hands. So it's not really issues like that. It's I've had a couple of male clients. I don't know why it's men. No offense to men, because I've also had lots of nice male clients, but who felt that they just didn't really need to sort of pay, which was a bit difficult because when you're on your own and you don't have like a huge credit control function, that can be a bit tricky. And I lost out with one, but by the second time, I was on it and I managed to resolve that situation and actually get him to carry on working on it. And he's actually one of my biggest sort of ambassadors now because particular little tool I taught him has just changed his life for him. So that one had a happy ending. But yeah, that's one of the sort of scary things about running your own business is when people just go, I'm not going to pay you.
Right. Okay. Okay. Um. Here we go. Beth, if you wasn't doing coaching, what would you like to do?
um, I would like to be an actress. Yeah, basically. I've always done. Uh, I did speech and drama at school. I used to sort of do like performance poems and stuff like that. I've been like lead singing in bands and stuff. I mean, even teaching is a form of performance. You're standing up there in the front of the class, and you are putting on a persona. Um, and yeah, so performance has always been like a big thing. So I think maybe a singer, but definitely an actress. Love doing a bit of amdram and putting on silly voices and that sort of thing. So yeah, that's what I would have been, I think.
Um, Kevin, are there any other men in your life at the moment? And if it is, what's your relationship like now? If you're free, can I have your telephone number? No, you can't.
Thank you, though, Kevin. It's very nice at the age of 52 to still have people randomly asking for my number. So yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, there is someone in my life at the moment, and he is a pediatric nurse, and he's a Salford lad. He's very, very clever, very emotionally intelligent. Um, yeah, tall, dark, and handsome. Yeah, I mean, well, he's gone grey now, but yeah. But yeah, he's lovely. So
I'm not
we've only
surprised,
recently.
Beth. Not sur-
You're not surprised?
I'm not surprised when he's with you, Beth. You know what I mean?
Well, he's
I'm not
he's
surprised
lovely.
he's with you. Um,
Oh, thank you.
good, good. Um, where else is it? Oh, right, okay, Frank. Hi, Frank. Um, Frank saying, um, if you went out for a three-course meal, who would pay, you or your boyfriend?
Yeah. Well, I'm afraid I'm one of those 50-50 on a first date kind of gals. And I think once I get into a relationship with someone, we tend to take turns. So like we both get turns paying for the whole thing because sometimes 50-50 is just a bit awkward, isn't it? And a bit difficult to do. So yeah, but I'm definitely for going Dutch.
Right, okay, okay, good. I don't know why people keep asking me these stupid questions, but there you go. Hi, Steve. I saw your comments. I saw your comments the other Twitter about the Conservative Party. Um, could you tell me why was that? No. But if you'd like to leave, if you'd like to contact me in a minute, I will why? Okay. I, Steve, would it be possible if Beth could say hello to my mum? It's her birthday today. She is 70, and she is called Philippa, and she is from Essex. Hello, Philippa.
Oh.
70
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday
to
to
you.
you.
Happy
Happy
birthday.
birthday, dear Philippa.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday to
Philippa.
you. Have a fab day, Philippa.
Ye- Yes, Philippa, yes. Join us on Friday nights, and I guarantee you can have a right laugh on a Friday night. No, not a Friday night, a Monday night, sorry. Oh, God. No, yeah, and a Friday night if you want to. Oh,
Do you mean
Fridays.
like a
Right,
Monday
okay,
at
let's
8?
carry on. Uh, no, not a Monday
Monday
at 8. That's boring. Monday at 8:30.
8:30. Yeah.
Shh, be quiet. Shh. Past 8, not 8 o'clock. No, not 8 o'clock, no. Right, okay. Yes. What else we tell you? Um, so, when you kind of like doing your coaching and
Hmm.
you're thinking about kind of when you've got clients that's coming in and everything, sometimes, they get really depressed, get really down and everything. Can you tell us what is the biggest thing as someone kind of come to you about? And how did you cope with that? Now, I know it's confidentiality, I know. And, you know, can you tell us anything? How you deal with something really, really bad? Like if someone was being kind of like, I don't know, threatened with their life or they were being beaten. Have you had people like that come to you?
Yeah. Not always. They're not always in that situation in the moment when they come to me. Sometimes they are. Uh, but often, it's something that they've carried for a very long time, and I'm sometimes the first person they've told, and that can be very emotional for them. Of course, it's hard when they talk about stuff that I've been through, such as domestic abuse, sexual abuse, rape, that sort of thing. Um, but so I have to work hard on myself in that moment because I'm just there to serve the client. It's not about me, it's about them. And so I kind of have a little mantra that I say to myself. I basically say this is all about them, you know and thank goodness I've survived what I survived so that I can be here for them in this moment. And obviously I don't say that, but I kind of take a breath and I have to run that thought through my head. And there have been times when I've wanted to cry with them, but it's really not about that. That's not my privilege to do that. So, yeah, obviously, I do what I do because I feel compassion for stuff that we all go through, and I just want to do what I can to help heal damage and allow people to feel better. But that compassion in session is a luxury that I can't afford. So I take a breath and yeah, just be all about the client. But sometimes
Beth,
afterwards I do.
thanks for joining. For joining. Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
thank you. It's
Yeah,
been
thanks for
really
joining me,
lovely.
Beth. And thank yeah, and I like talking to you because you just come, you just come out and kind of like be real. It's when people are kind of like, they're stuck into themselves when you want to talk about things, but you do, and it's really appreciated by people because there
Thank
might
you.
be one person out there now who's going through a bad time, and they're listening to you, and it's helping them, and our job's done, isn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. And I know that's what
Mhm.
you do too, Steve. So thanks again for having me on. I love it. And I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Okay, bye bye for now.
All right. Bye.